Hi, this is Mrs. Collins. I want to take a second to cover how to properly change a DSLR camera battery. I know it sounds simple and you're wondering why I need to make a video over it, but it's worth your time to watch and learn because it gets kind of confusing on how to change the battery when you're working with so many different kinds of cameras. So the camera I'm going to be demonstrating with today is a Nikon D3500. And for my beginning classes, most of the cameras you'll be using are D3200s, 3300s, and 3400s. And intermediate, you'll be using D3500s and upper level cameras. But on all of the Nikon cameras I just mentioned, the battery compartment is located on the bottom of the camera. It sounds crazy, but this tiny plastic piece is probably the number one thing that breaks on our cameras because they get lots of use, and I want to take the time to talk about please be careful with it because this probably piece of plastic that cost $1/4 to make makes it very challenging and can damage a $500 camera. So there's this little tiny button on the bottom. So this is camera number 11. That's how we code it. But so the battery slot is here on the bottom, and you just push your thumbnail on it, and that little tiny latch right there is what likes to break. So please be careful with it. If it does break or it's stuck, just let me know because I do have a couple replacement battery covers that we can try to repair the camera with that. But anyway, you use your fingernail and you very carefully open the container, and there is a little tiny yellow switch. On some cameras, the switch is orange and sometimes white, and you just have to move that over, and then the camera battery will pop out. So I'm going to put that back in so you can hear it. You just slip that over, and there comes the battery out. And it's kind of tricky to grab, so the best thing to do is actually just turn the camera over in your hand, and it's probably best to use the camera strap when you're doing all this so you don't drop the camera. To be honest, when I'm changing a camera battery and I'm busy and there's lots of people around, I will make sure I'm over a table and I'll kind of set the camera on the table. So I kind of flip that and turn the camera over and kind of help the battery come out. So boy, that was a little bit harder than it looked, huh? So what I'm trying to show you is if you look up inside there, you have to look really close, but it's difficult to see on this particular camera screen. But if you look down in there, you'll see some little connection points. They look like, I call them teeth, and your battery has some teeth. The main thing we want to do when putting a camera battery in a camera is first make sure we have the right kind of battery and it has the same type of voltage as the camera takes. So we have many different brands of batteries that are not all the Nikon brand that came with it. We have some replacement batteries that I bought. So this one is a 7.4 volt battery. We have some 7.2 volt batteries floating around the room. So you want to make sure you get the right voltage of battery. And those little teeth are on there. You look from where the little teeth are on the inside of the camera. And then you very carefully, I guess I'll do this. You look for those teeth and we very carefully kind of flip over that yellow-orange tab and then push the battery in till you hear it click. So that click was this orange thing clicking back on top of the battery to make sure it's seated down in the connection points. And then we very carefully close the lid and you'll hear it kind of snap. And now the battery's in and you're ready to start shooting. The reason I took the time to talk about batteries is as we're using cameras, I need you to help with keeping the batteries charged. So if you get a camera and the battery is running low or down to 1 bar, at the end of the hour, will you please put it on the charging station in the need to charge basket or on the charging block. so it can be charged. Grab a new battery out of the charged battery basket, and you can put that in the camera and continue your work. Thanks for watching.